2017, can Americans expect a tax cut?
I think so, yes, and I think before the end of the year I would like to say yes.
Okay. Can Americans in 2017 expect a new health care plan rolled out by the Trump administration this year?
Yeah, in the process, and maybe it'll take till sometime into next year, but we are certainly going to be in the process.
All right, that's President Donald Trump laying out his economic agenda to Bill O'Reilly. And it's welcome news to many who have been fretting that tax cuts might have to take a back seat given the flurry of activity the president has engaged in just in the last 2 weeks. Joining me right now with a look at what to expect, Americans for Tax Reform President Grover Norquist. Hey, Grover.
Hi,
all right, is it going to happen?
Yes, yes. And I think the president understated, which is an interesting new tactic. We have the House and the Senate have been working on tax reform for several years. Even during the Obama years, there were several moments when somebody thought maybe Obama was open to something reasonable. Turned out to be true. But that all that work was done, and the Republicans in the House.
Right? There was certainly a lot of consensus, especially when it came to corporate taxes. I mean, we got the highest rate in the world. Why not knock that thing down in order to stir up economic activity in the U.S.?
Yeah. And when Trump ran, his big addition to the tax reform pot was to say, you know, everyone's been talking about taking the corporate rate from 35 to 25. Well, the European average is a little under 25, and we have about a 5% average state corporate income tax. So 25 doesn't do it. He said, let's take it to 15. And other people looked around, and the House Republicans said, well, we were at 25, and they moved to 20, which is a big thing in numbers of dollars. So the House Republicans started moving towards Trump's plan. Trump looked at the House Republican plan and said, I like how you handle the individual side. We'll do that. And then he looked at expensing, which all of the other Republican candidates had full business expensing, immediate business expensing, rather than long depreciation schedules. And he said, we should do that too. So Trump and the Republicans in the House and Senate have been moving together for 8 months or so.
So you see them in agreement on the corporate side. Tell me about individual taxes. You know, he told Bill O'Reilly, yeah, he thinks it's going to happen in 2017. What do you think the real timetable's like?
Well, the Republican in the House Republicans, Chairman Brady, Speaker Ryan, working with the White House, are going to have something out in 100 days. That will be the plan. It will be vetted. It will run all the numbers to make sure it is deficit neutral in the out years, which allows you to pass it inside reconciliation with 51 senators. So 100 days for that, and then either it gets done just before the August recess, or if the Senate's still juggling, shortly after the August recess.
Well, that would be good. I mean, a lot of people are hoping for that. They're counting on that, and the expectation is that it might start to stir up some more economic activity because people have more money in their pockets, and as you know, Grover, it's better to give the money to the actual people that are earning it in the first place so that they can be the ones to decide how to spend it. That said, I got to ask you, because, you know, members of the left and frankly a lot of conservatives as well are saying, look, we can't spend like this. By enabling Americans to have this tax cut, it means that our tax revenue is going to be less, and therefore we're just going to keep running up the tab. To which you say, Grover?
Well, both President Trump in his campaign and as president, and the Republicans in the House and Senate have made it very clear that they want to reduce the total cost of government spending. The critics or observers that you're quoting are quite right. While you bring taxes down, you also need to bring spending down as a percentage of the economy. They're looking to block grant Medicaid, which saves a great deal of money, would make sure that everybody who's getting Medicaid now as part of Obamacare's expansion would still get it. It would just be managed by 50 states. They wouldn't have all the strings that it now has. And as with welfare reform that Clinton signed, Trump could sign sending out Medicaid to 50 states. The competent governors welcome this and say they want it. The incompetent governors are afraid that it'll be clear that they don't know how to govern.
Well, Grover, we'll be looking forward to seeing all this happening maybe in 100 days. Grover Norquist, everyone. Thanks so much.